So what's the game plan? You fund an account 1,000 or 2K,
Yeah.
and you're risking 33%.
And that's what he risks.
Oh God. So what you risk?
I risk everything.
You risk everything?
Yeah, I risk everything. That's what I'm saying. I put that money in the account. It ain't my money anyways. Put the money in the account. I can't care whether it go in my favor or not. I done already gave my money to the markets.
Okay. All right. So hold up, Flip. All right, let's back up.
Yeah.
So you put, let's use $1,000.
Yeah.
You put $1,000 in the account.
Yeah.
You take one trade, that whole 1,000 is at risk?
The whole 1,000 is at risk.
And you're looking to make how much off that first trade?
From the first trade, I make like between 4 to 5 times that amount in the account.
All right, let's get into it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Calvin, the new trader, checking in. Forex Beginner Podcast. We are in the studio, so you know we got a special guest in the building, coming all the way from another side of Florida down to the bottom of Florida. I got my man Flip in the building with me. Now, I met Flip at Q's compound. He was having a kickback, and Flip pulled up. He brought his son. He had his girl with him, and we hit it off right then and there, had a great conversation. But then here's the full circle moment.
That's funny. Because I was watching this video on the way there.
Yeah.
Pull up. He the first person I see. I said, ain't this something?
That's crazy, bro. And so full circle moment, Flip, like I told you, we have a mutual friend, Joe Caruso. So
shout out Joe.
Joe texted me literally one day randomly text me, and he was like, yo, Calvin, man, like I know you've been struggling with, holding your trades and things like that, and I know you want to make like that 5 figures in a day. I know that's a goal for you. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm working toward it, man. I'm battling some mental blockages around money that's holding me back. Yeah. And he was like, listen, man, my boy Flip got this thing that I've been trying, because I've been so in the prop firm mindset. Yeah. And he was like, I think you should try this. So he sent me a paragraph text message detailing everything. And I was like, bro, this is so good. So I was like, thank you, bro. And then he was like, yeah, like, let me show you what my boy Flip did. And he sent me your profile. I was like, I know Flip. You know what I mean? I was like, I already follow him. We already connected. Yeah. And so I was just like, yeah, man, I got to bring Flip so we can have a conversation.
Man, I pulled up on Joe, man. Soon as we linked up, we couldn't even stop the conversation.
That's crazy.
I'm like, we can't even think about nothing else. We like so locked into trying to level up with all of this stuff and everything that's going on. Who do we go with? What brokers to use nowadays? We like going into detail and stuff like that. And I just tell him like, bro, I got something I think that's just really, it's changed my life. It's just fast as hell. Like, and it's just a simple concepts and mindset switch on how you view money, how you feel about the money, and what you're willing to do with the money that you have, and not have a limiting mindset belief that I need this much in the account. I need a prop firm to do this. Those is the things that kept me down this whole time, man.
Wow.
It's because it's like, I'm making money on my live account, but it wasn't the gains that I wanted to see. I wasn't doing the right thing. So I was like, all right, let me go to the prop firms and see. Because I make a bag in a prop firm and just put it in a live account and do what I want to do, right?
That's what I do.
And then going through issues with the prop firms consistently, it just like brought me back to the live trading accounts. So I'm like, I disowned prop firms for a little bit. I ain't saying nothing wrong with prop firms. I just have bad things happen to me with the prop firms, but I know really good prop firms and stuff like that. I know people who getting paid. I know all these things, but I was like, you know what? Let me go back to live. Let me go back to the basics. Let me go back to ground zero again. Started trading on the live account, but then it was a point of just saying, fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm about to this my last little money. And it's come to the point again and again where I get down to the last little bit of money I got, throw it in the account, and just see what happens. Like, all right, we about to just go ahead and build. I have an intention always on build. Build. It's never to just risk the account or nothing. Of course, we want to make money. So I put the money in the account and I just fucking start adding my positions in like normal. But this time I started breaking down my positions. Like just break them down instead of putting the large thing, because I just noticed that I get slippage sometimes. So I just try to mitigate my slippage. But that ended up being a major key piece on how I'm able to flip these accounts nowadays. Is that's breaking down my lot sizing, and I believe in my strategy a lot. So that's what gives me the confidence to even go full risk on a trade. Yeah. So I'm getting in a trade and I go full risk on whatever I see. And then that's how I end up flipping a 2K account to 10K, then 10K to 30, to 30 to 50. And it just goes on from there. And it happens like with Nas, Gold 30. I don't think you can do this on multiple other pairs. It might just be slower.
Yeah,
but the speed that you can get using the indices and commodities, oil, gold, NAS 30, that's all I touch, is because you can change your life overnight.
Come on, bro.
I'm talking about like literally instantaneous.
You sending chills through my body.
Real that even your mind has a hard time processing how real it is because it's very unbelievable. Like there's no way that I'm able to flip whatever into whatever. But it's a mindset like you can flip whatever into whatever. There is no ceiling on this at all. You can put $80, you can put $50, you could put $500 and flip it to whatever if you had a mindset to do so.
Yeah.
So it's just been the same constant thing to where I realized like I found my little groove. I throw 2K in the account, I build it past 10K, and that was another barrier. Getting to that 10K point back in the day, I put 2K in the account. I make 2K in about 24 hours. That was like my thing. I end up making 100% of the account within the 24 hours, and then that flip switch is just like everything just changed. It was like now I put the 2K in the account, and within that 24 hours it's at 10K, 15K, whatever the case may be, because I don't have that emotional attachment to that 2K no more. I get in there and I'm like, okay, if you believe in this move, prove it to me that you believe in this move. And that's why I started proving it to myself. You believe in this move? You believe in your skill set? Prove it. That's what let me put everything on the table. And then it goes from you only making $200 a day to you making $25,000 a day with the same amount of capital.
Okay.
And it's all it's all up here. It's all on what you believe you can do, and it's all on your risk tolerance. How much can you handle when it goes in drawdown? Do you care if that account blow? Because if you care, guess what? You're going to probably try to close it real quick or switch your bias or don't let it breathe enough. And then you end up closing, then you see it going to your full favor. Wow. So it's just a consistency of constantly seeing this shit going on and on and on and on. And it's like been a war zone for the past 5 years of just in and out the markets of learning this shit. Every single day is an extensive learning program. You're going to learn so much that you need to use for the next day. So it's like day by day, week by week, you really do see exponential growth because you like, okay, I learned that. I ain't doing that shit no more. I ain't gonna do that shit no more. I done seen what the markets can do. I done seen you would notice that you have constant patterns over and over and over again, and that'd be the hardest things to work on is like self-built up patterns that we don't even realize come from the childhood to begin with.
Bro, that's
like
what
people
I was
think that
telling Joe.
this stuff is just on the charts. It goes so much deeper than the charts. That's why some people can get in the game, go straight up.
Yeah.
Some people get in the game and it's rocky road for so long because they only focused on the charts. They don't take that time to step out and do anything outside of the charts that helps them build up. And that's another thing I learned in the journey is like, it's mind, body, spirit. You got to be working on your body. You got to be working on your mind, and you got to be working on your spirit consistently. You can't have one of those out of whack because it's going to reflect. We notice like we get into it in our daily life and we get on the charts or we going through something mentally and we get on the charts. It reflects no matter what you think and what you believe. The market doesn't play that. You got to leave all emotions at the table. That's why every time we come to the markets with our emotions, we have horrible days. We have weird things going on to where we're confused about what's really going on. Is because you have too much clutter going on. Yeah. It's like you unclutter your life, you unclutter your charts. It's crazy as hell to think of like that, but you literally see the reflection. You start working out before you get on the charts, or then you see your focus increases. You start doing these little things, and people say like that stuff don't matter, but it really does. Yeah. All the book reading and stuff, you don't necessarily have to read the books. You just have to take the actions. Now, if you already know the actions and the laws of life, then you don't have to read nothing because you're already in the know. But these things are the things that help you continuously progress on a day-to-day basis outside of the charts, but it comes back to the charts. That's why you can go work on you could put down the charts, go work on yourself, and then you will notice improvement in your intermediate life. And then you come back to the charts and you'll see the charts different. That's why you could take a break and come back and smack the markets up. Yeah. And that's an important thing to take a break every now and then because shoot. The markets will wear you down. Like, talk about being tired. It's a different type of mental tiredness that you can get experiencing in this market, and you got to know your tolerance. That's where it go back into how much are you willing to give, how much are you willing to sustain in this market. And I noticed the more that actually recently what I noticed is less is more. The less that you do, the more that you get. Less time on the charts, less analyzation, less focus on the chart. Don't touch the chart You place your trade London session and come back New York at the around the end or mid New York, and there's your TP. You ain't even have to. You place your trade, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Wake up, profit. And it's a consistent repetition of you do less on the charts, you make more money. Mm-hmm. You hold it more. You're not so attached to it, and it all depends on where you at mentally and also financially.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to get the money, that's what make you start crashing out. It's what make you start holding. You see profits, you close because like, oh, I need that real quick. Mm-hmm. Boom, close. But it would market would have blessed you with everything you would have wanted. It would have blessed you with everything you asked for if you just let it be.
Yeah,
let it
that's
be.
So true.
But
bro.
They say let go and let God. That's really what you got to do for real. When you doing these flips on these accounts, let go, let God.
Yeah,
because it's what's gonna get you to the next level. And you got to think the amount of risk that you putting in on these accounts, even if you blow it, that one win is what take you to the next level. So you put in 2K, lose it, 2K, lose it, 2K. $30,000 win.
It was worth it.
It was worth it.
Come on, bro.
What'd you really risk? Then you go back and you take the same amount of 2K. That's how I've been breaking it down. Put the 2K back in there, do it all over again until you have enough capital to where you putting 10K, 20K, 30K into an account won't phase you. You have to start from the ground root level, build up, find your patterns, find your habits, build your capital up, and then you will just start to see the compounding it takes off instantaneously. Because if you can take 2K to 10K, that means you could take 4K to 20. So when you start building up to where you putting 2K in and going to 10K in one trade, that means that no matter what you put in, you able to do that. So you put in 10, you able to make maybe 100,000 off that first trade because it's just the mindset of it all. And it's the same thing that's happening just on a different account balance. You doing the same exact thing. No matter if it's 5K, 2K, 3K, 30K, you do the same exact strategy. You bound to hit 3X, 5X, 10X the account. Yeah. And that's how I be having the levels, which help me stay focused on hitting the next target. And then I got withdrawal points too when you're doing these builds, because you need to be paying yourself, because this is extremely, extremely risky. I will add that it is risky. You can get up to 300,000 as we've seen and blow the whole thing because it's such a risky game that you're playing, because you're trying to quadruple this account in one trade. And like we see, it is worth it. At the end of the day, you hit on that trade, you ain't gonna complain about them losses that you had to get there no more.
Because it oversees.
It oversees.
Yeah.
But if you have such a short-term thinking mentality, that's what gets you down, get you depressed, all these things. And if you in trading, no matter what, you have to maintain a longevity mindset, because this thing will break you down. It'll break you down to the core, to bend you to your knees. And if you don't have that focus and consistency and drive, and really the dog in you, because not a lot of people have a dog in them to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars before they turn a profit. And sometimes you got to be okay with just knowing that I might lose a lot in this thing before I even see a dollar, before I even make a dollar. And you have to be okay and accept that. And most people can't accept that. That's why they don't see that turn of profitability happen, because they don't even believe in themselves that a turn of profitability will happen over the long term. But it always does if you stay committed to it. That's what I noticed. No matter what your strategy is, if you see that you can make profit and you just see that it's psychological things like that, if you stick through that, even as hard as it may be to get through some psychological barriers, over time you will become a profitable trader. And that's the bare bones of it all.
So tell me this, man. What's the biggest account flip that you've had so far by using this system that you created?
This is a crazy story.
Talk to me.
This is okay. So this comes from a negative equity account. So I'm building up an account. It get blown, but there's still one trade that's open, that's in profit, that allows the account to keep running.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I never seen that before.
Yeah. So if you happen to blow an account, but you in profit on some positions, it'll be negative balance, but they'll let you hold that trade open.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like, you see, when I blow my accounts, they just blow, all the trades go the wrong
zero.
way.
Yeah. No, that's how it be for real. But so this is what happened. It was a nice short. I blew the whole account. It was a 2K account again. Blew the whole account, negative equity, like $1,500, $1,800. One trade was open. It was like one lot, like a 0.1 on Nas. and it was still in profit. So as it kept going in profit, I kept tapping that button until it opened another position just because I ain't care no more.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's negative equity. What's there to lose?
Mm-hmm.
That trade ended up making me like $4,500 on that trade. I closed out. The balance was back in profit like $2-3K. From that, I got the account up to $60,000 off that amount. Just trading from that amount within a time span of like 2-3 days, the account was up from there. And from there, I just kept withdrawing, putting back 2K, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, just off that one account. So that's what I'm saying. One account can do all of that for you. Wow. Just one win, getting yourself out the hole. That's why it's like, okay, no matter how much you lose, we know losing money hurts so bad. It ain't no replacement for that pain. Only replacement is that get back. That's the only replacement for that pain. I promise you. Yeah. You can look for it anywhere else, but when you know that money gone, the only replacement is that get back. You got to get your ass back in the markets. And I think one thing that calloused me to consistently going back into war, even after I just lost, I could just take a huge $15,000, $20,000, $100,000 loss for the day. Not for the week, for the day, and get back in the next day or the next hour. Because I'm already knowing this system worked too good. It ain't even nothing for me to trip about. It hurt. Yeah, but it's like, you got to toughen up. All that bitch shit, get it out the window because that's what's going to hinder you. Like I lost $100,000 in profit on funding. Turn around, lost another $80,000 in profit on funding. Then lost 30s here, 40s here. That. Who will lose that much money and continuously want to throw themselves back into this? Unless you crazy. Gotta be mentally insane or something.
Bro, I always say that, bro. You gotta be insane to be a trader, bro.
You gotta be a little crazy to keep getting back into this and just keep trying and trying. You gotta have something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You gotta have something.
You ain't normal if you.
But what they don't know is if you know, you know. That's why it's never no turning back. It's never enough that I can invest into this because the amount that it gives back is endless. It's never no cap. It's a cap on what you can lose. It's never a cap on what you can win.
Yeah.
So people lose everything, but guess what? You might lose your house, your car, but if you stay with that mindset, you can have more than you ever wanted in your life off of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it could be in a week, it could be in a month, it could be in a year. Long-term goals always outlast the short term. And that's another thing in this journey is I realized so many people got so many opinions. And this is an opinionated sport.
Yeah, bro.
Everything works. So you can't say, oh, yeah, flipping accounts that way is not long-term. Not long-term. Or doing this is not long-term. Risking more than 1, 2, 3%, it's not long-term. That's cap. Anything can work for anybody. It's it's not long term for you.
Yeah.
It may be long term for me.
Yeah.
It may not be long term for him or her, but it's long term for me. And other people, oh, well, swinging is long term for me. It's scalping is long term for me. But people have so many opinions in this, it doesn't even matter. What matters is you making money? Are you making money? Are you consistent?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that matters. Long term, I can flip all of this stuff to swing trade, this, that, the third. We in the ground stages of building up as much capital as possible. And you're not going to build the capital you really want to see unless you are going slow and consistently scaling and compounding. But that 1 to 2% risk thing, that's cool for the prop firm game. When you on your live account, it's all holes. You know, you do whatever you want to do. You can go and level up as much as you want to do. And the best part about it, you in control of your withdrawals. Nobody can say, hey, you made $100,000 today. Well, you got to wait another 24 days before you can get that. You know why they do that? There's no money in there. It's not. They got to figure out where they're going to give you this money at. Oh, this motherfucker done made $100,000 on the demo. Shit, you know how they feel about that. Let's go scrape up this paper. Let's go scrape. Give him 30 days, he'll blow it. Give him 30 days, he'll blow that account. That's how it is. You got this live account, you are in full control over what you make, what you lose, when you pull it out, and that control is so key to your sanity. Having that control and make it to where your life will start to change faster than you working with a prop firm. Never ever put a limit on yourself in this game. You just can't do it, because that limitation is what's going to be the barrier between you making your first $10,000, $20,000 day, thinking that you needed a prop firm to even do it, and you never did. You never did.
That's an interesting mindset, man. So, a couple things for our viewers, this is the Forex Beginner Podcast. And so I want you to understand that we're not telling you to go flip your account, and we're not telling you to risk and do the things that Flip is doing. But Flip is here because he has found something that works for him. And you articulated that so well, because that's the game. Like, it's not a sport where you follow suit. You find your lane. You find what works for your life, your risk tolerance, your patience level. Because if you don't got patience,
your personality,
you know what I mean? Like, if you bro, I'm naturally impatient. So me trying to trade swinging or hold, that ain't gonna work for me, because I need that instant gratification. I need to know when I get in, are you going or are you not? So I gotta scout. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be on the 15. I got to be on the 30. You know what I mean? In and out, right? So anyway.
And that's what I've been struggling with too. It's like, do I swing? Do I scout? And I just noticed, like, you have to choose. The market do not play with your, like, indecisions. The market is quick.
But like you said, it's what works best for you. And that's what I want the viewers to know. Like, this is a different perspective. But this market, it's not a one size fit all. You know what I mean? Like, the person that you may, look up to in trading, they may trade a way that fits you. But for somebody else, they have another way. And that's what I admire about what you're doing. Because you challenge Joe, and that challenged me.
And it spreads like wildfire.
And it spreads like wildfire, because I relate to how you feel. Like, bro, we was talking earlier. So tell us about your trade that you were holding on NAS. And what happened? Let's talk about that.
All right, so yesterday I got into the shorts on NAS at the highs, like literally at the highest point you could get in as the shorts yesterday. I'm in the shorts, everything flowing like it's supposed to. It reacted how it's supposed to. And then I got to go to the barber. I went to the barber. The market started pushing up on me. It didn't even push past my entry too much. I closed out. I'm like, you know what? That's what I've been trying to work on lately. Let me close out, reanalyze. So I did something new that cost me like $15K off the rip.
What was that?
Closing that trade. Closed the trade.
As it was pulling up and retracing.
I closed the trade, took the loss. I already discounted my bias off the rip. I still believed in the bias, because once I left the barber, when it pushed up and it was still in that area, I got a better entry. Got back in on shorts, holding shorts all day, all night. London hit last night. It was London, and then it finally started flowing after doing all the choppiness, chop for hours at a time. I'm sitting here like, bro, this got to be more bullish than bearish, because why the hell is it pushing bullish faster than it's pushing bearish? It took 1 million bearish candles to get where we at right now. It took one damn candle to push all the way back damn near to my entries. I'm like, there's no way. Right after that, now we falling. Now it's flowing. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I can't stay in this trade no longer. I got to wake up early for this. I'm like, I can't do this no more. I close out 5K profit. I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, look, bro, watch what happens when I close this order. Close the order. Phew. Stars smoothly running. And now it has smoothly ran to the TP that I had set from yesterday. I got in after I closed that trade. It's like you close a trade and your bias can flip with a drop of a dime. Boom. Oh, I see this for longs now. I see it kept pushing back long all night. This a good area for longs. It looked like it's finna form a higher low on the higher top. I got in that trade. News came out. Wrecked all the profits. I had just sat there. So it's like you wasted over 24 hours of your time analyzing, holding, watching a trade just for it to go in your favor, and you didn't have to do anything but wake up in the morning. You ain't even have to do. You could have went to sleep, woke up. The profit you wanted would have been there. And that's all from just switching your bias and just being wore down from over analyzing. You sit there and you watching, and it'll break you down. That's why you're not supposed to watch it. Because what you going to do when you see 4K up and down? 4K 0, 4K 0, 4K 0. You're like, you know what? I'm going to take the 4K real quick.
That's it.
I'm going to take the 5. I'm going to take something.
Because, bro, what happened? Oh, you bringing such real conversation. So, like, what happens, well, this is what happens to me, and this is what I think is taking place, right? You get into a trade, and your expectation, hands down, is going to be a 15K day, right?
Yeah, hands down.
And as you're in it, as you said, and you see the fluctuation keeps happening back and forward,
over and over again.
what that's now doing to your mind is
locking you into
the situation, because our mind is built to protect us and always present a scenario that's of least rejection.
Yes.
So now our mind is the whole 15K is out the window.
Out the window.
Now the mind is reprogrammed.
Mode.
Now we just surviving. Well, you were a little negative. You were back at break even.
You almost blew the account.
You're at 4K. And then the mind starts saying,
how many times have you seen it?
There you go.
You done seen this folk.
You done seen it.
That's 4. That's 8. That's 16.
That's it.
You adding up the
and
numbers
then
in your head.
Bro, I promise you finna shout right now. Then the mind starts going to, think of how many people it take them a month to make 4K.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's like,
or it take them.
You sit here and you watch this 4K. Bro, look, I've had this conversation with myself. You sit here and watch this 4K like it don't mean nothing to you.
Yeah.
Do it not mean nothing to you no more?
Like, that's the car note. That's the house payment. That's the insurance.
That's rent.
The mind starts rational. Bro, oh my goodness.
You'll rationalize yourself out of a life change.
Bro, and that's what I've done countless amounts of time, bro.
And you just sit there.
Countless amounts of times I've done that. It was one day, bro, I'm trading my funded account, bro, my 100K funded account. I kid you not. I told my wife the day before, I said, this is going to be my first 5-figure day. I said, I could feel it. I was holding the trade for 2 days, bro.
You can feel it.
Bro, you know when it's finna go.
You can
Bro, I held it. It was a day that NFP came out, right? I had done got in on Wednesday, and I knew that the news was going to take it to my take profit. Because you can know when it's going to do that. It's set up because it just start chopping, but it stay in the trend.
And it's going to give you that signal right before the news even hit. Yeah. So I take news trades all the time. I'm very profitable when it comes to news because I just see it set up in that direction. Yeah. When you locked into it, say this is what messes you up too. Say you have the bias for it to go to your TP, but you get out that trade, get in the opposite direction. Now you're locked into that bias because you don't want to lose no money.
You don't want to lose no money, and you're missing what the market's telling you.
But you know what the market's. No, look. You can literally say, hey, it's making lower highs. It's going to break. It's going to go to my TP, but you in the opposite direction. You got to be sick.
Yeah.
You got the game messes you up so much that you get so locked into your bias. And this may not be for everybody, but this is damn show for me.
Yeah.
Like you get in a trade and like the moment you switch your bias, I'm with it. Yeah. We going long. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
I'm all in.
Yeah, we all in.
I'm all in.
And that right there can ruin you because you could be all in and still see the market develop against your favor and not knowing when to cut that loss. And that's the biggest part about this whole strategy. You may get a loss, but if you don't cut that loss, you're going to lose. That loss that you lost, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Your next trade is 5-10 times that amount of that loss. It's learning how to cut that loss and being okay with that loss, even though you don't want to take it, which is okay. Nobody want to take no loss, but you got to always understand you lost this, the win rate good, the next trade is going to set me up to clear all of that.
I love it.
And that's how you have to think.
Yeah.
That's what makes me close the trades now more than I was closing before. But now I'm damn near in the mindset of like, I'm at a point to where either I'm right or I'm right. The markets did it wrong. That's how I'm at.
Yeah.
With this strategy, that's how I got to think. Like, I'm right, guaranteed. If I'm not right, something wrong with the markets.
Wow. Because you're creating an environment in your mind to have complete confidence in what you do.
And that confidence, the only way you're going to hold.
That's the only way you're going to win.
200-300 pips.
So with that being said, that's what I didn't have. So me and my wife are sitting there, right?
Yep.
She come Friday, the NFP drop. It's moving in my favor. It's moving toward my TP, right?
Yeah.
She in there with me, in the office with me. Her desk is on one side, my desk on the other side. I said, come in. We watching it. I'm up 4K, 5K. 6K, it come back down to 5K. You know what I'm saying? It started doing the fluctuating, right?
Yeah.
So then my mind started rationalizing. Bro, you just made 5K in a day. Yeah. She watching it. I told her, but I told her 10. Ooh. So now here's a mistake I made. Yeah. No confidence in me.
Yeah.
I look at her and I say, so what you think I should do? You think I should hold for the 10? Or just take the 5. Of course she gonna say take the 5.
Oh, anybody would.
You know what I mean? She's not in the trading field.
All you needed was something to confirm that.
There you go. No confidence, bro. No
you
confidence
said
in my
close
own.
the 5. Boom.
That's it. And bro, you already know your lady say close the 5.
Yeah, close
you,
the
bro,
5. Close the 5.
I'm happy. I'm like, I'm finna get some tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm finna get me some tonight. She done seen me make 5K. I done
$5?
called it out too.
No, for real. Nah,
You know what I mean?
Things getting heated
Bro.
now. Yeah.
Missed my opportunity. It went right to my TP and beyond.
And then
could have had my first 5-figure
effortlessly
day.
too. How long did it hit the TP from when you close? Because it'd be like,
bro.
if you hold 15 more minutes, 5 more minutes.
Bro, it was literally like an hour. I went to the park. I did my mile. And I'm looking at my phone as I'm doing the last lap. I whip my phone out and I'm like,
close it.
there it goes.
Yep.
And I sent it to my screenshot and sent it to my wife.
Yep.
But it's like, how many times do we have to be in that position
Before
to
we
realize?
learn. You know, in the book, Trading in the Zone, they say, you got your mind right yet, Luke?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Luke kept escaping, and they killed that boy.
For real. I be saying that every time. Every time I mess up, I'll be like, "You got your mind right yet, Luke?"
Right, Luke. Yeah. For those that don't know, Trading in the Zone, the chapter on consistency, it's a parable about the man that kept trying to escape the prison, and they kept catching him. They told him, "You do it one more time, we gonna kill you."
Man, and he just kept doing it. And
doing it.
And he ain't never learned his lesson.
Luke
ain't never got his mind right.
He ain't never got his mind right.
But the thing
so
is,
what we gotta
you
do?
can. You can get your man. You can get your mind right. Hopefully, you can get your mind right. Just realize, like, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to go through these ups and downs, and you're going to see the same things constantly.
Yeah.
Eventually, you see the same things enough to where you got that callus on you from seeing it to where it burns. You touch the stove enough. And trading is funny because it ain't no touch the stove and you done. You touch the stove and you hold your hand on it sometimes in trading. Like, you might touch it 1, 2, 3, 4 times and then, but okay, now it hurt.
Yeah,
you know what? 3rd degree burns is a little much. That's how it is when it comes to trading. Like, you might have to bump your head a few times. And what he talks about is the pain has to be hard enough for it to be embedded in you. If you ain't hurting enough, you're never gonna make that change. The pain got to hit, and that's with life too.
Yeah.
Some people don't change their life until they get hit with real trauma. Yeah. Somebody they love die. Now they making a life change. They doing benefits and giving aways and don't hold it or a change. Or after something traumatizing happens to somebody, it can invoke huge beneficial changes or huge negative changes. So when the market gives you an option to level up off of a huge hurt, you have to take that opportunity and sit back. That's why it's a constant, extensive learning training program when you're in the markets. The market is going to test you every single day of your life in this. And like I said, less is more. You place that trade, you ain't looking at fluctuations no more. You ain't looking at this, that, the third. Place the trade, set alerts, walk away. That's the only way to do this. If you want your TP to get hit, only way to do it, because we gonna psych ourselves out. Yeah. Our mind is what gets us into the predicaments to begin with. And we can only make so many decisions before we just start making random decisions. You make 1, 2 decisions. Those are the clear ones. 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, notice that on your bad losing trading days, how many times did you place trades? It's over 2, 3. Now you check. Oh, damn. I'm over trading at this. Like, I make profits for the day if I'm 1, 2 trades for the day. I lose my profits if I make more than that. Yeah. 3 trade, 4 trades, I lost for the day. That's just how it is. And once you learn your patterns, you able to start eliminate your errors one by one. Now you doing less, then your profitability start changing. What do you say about the equity curve? Once you losing, it's down. When you start winning, it starts to trail up. It's real as hell. You will see a instant shift in your journey just by you constantly working day in, day out. And the thing is, you have to put real skin in the game. No demo, no over back testing, forward testing is what's going to get you there. Yeah. You have to be at war every day. You have to be in this. Even if you're not trading, you have to see it constantly over and over and over again. But the realest is that skin in the game. You need that emotional attachment. You need something that makes you make better decisions, because in a demo account, you have nothing. You have nothing. You can place 100 lots on a trade and just see how it go. You could place all these. You can do so many different variables, and you don't have that emotional attachment to it. You need to put the skin in the game so you can feel everything, and you need to put a substantial amount of skin in the game so you can really feel it. If you put $100 in the account and that $100 don't really mean nothing to you, be bound for failure. be bound for disappointment. You need to put something in there that's substantial enough to where it needs to be substantial enough to where it hurts if you lose it. Mm-hmm. If it hurts when you lose it, cool. That's going to keep you to making a slightly better decision than what you would have made had you been on demo. Now, demo, the reason why people are so profitable on demo is because it's not that emotional attachment. It's not the overanalyzing. It's not this, that, the third. If you can transfer that mindset to your live account, you will get similar results to a demo account. It's real as hell. It's real, but that mindset shift can be such a barrier to cross over, because the moment real money hit the markets is the moment your whole mindset shift to a different trader.
Yeah.
Now, demo, you wait until your entry get hit before you place a trade. Live, oh, FOMO, close. Oh, enter. It's going against me. Oh, look at all that volume. I got to hurry up if I miss the whole TP get hitting. Boom. Enter, pull back against your ass instantaneously, because you did not wait on what you were supposed to wait in, because you had the fear of missing out, because you got your real money on the line.
Yeah.
It's real.
Man. So, bro, break this down for us, because Joe texted me and gave me a blueprint of the setup. Yeah. So what's the game plan? You fund an account 1,000 or 2K, and you're risking 33%.
And that's what he risks.
Oh, God. So what you risk?
I risk everything.
You risk everything?
Yeah, I risk everything. That's what I'm saying. I put that money in the account. It ain't my money anyways. Put the money in the account. I can't care whether it go in my favor or not. I done already gave my money to the markets.
Okay. All right. So hold up, Flip. All right, let's back up.
Yeah.
So you put, let's use $1,000.
Yeah.
You put $1,000 in the account.
Yeah.
You take one trade, that whole 1,000 is at risk?
The whole 1,000 is at risk.
And you're looking to make how much off that first trade?
From the first trade, I make like between 4 to 5 times that amount in the account.
Okay. So talk to me about the scaling now.
So the scale ins.
Yeah. So how are you doing that?
It depends. If the trade is just going to an overall TP and is flowing, or it doesn't get, or I'm not trying to overanalyze, I place my main set of orders and just let it ride all the way to the TP. And then that gives me my level 1, which is the 5 to 10 or 5 to 4 times the amount of the account. So if I am scaling in, I literally just, if the whole account is at risk, once it starts going in your favor, I heard this saying watching ChartX podcast, and a guy was talking about when you win, you need to learn how to win more. And that just stuck with me. Like you always scale in backwards, or you do certain things to where it counts again. Like when the market's finally going in your favor, you closing trades out, you're doing this, that, the third, instead of adding more onto the plate. And that's what I started doing, is just, if I'm going in flow, I just keep adding orders until it hit my TP, because I'm like, okay, it's going to TP. So if it's going to TP, let me keep adding until it hits TP. And that's what makes maybe making 1K, you made 12K on that trade.
So you're risking the whole account?
Yeah, the whole account.
Now, I don't recommend this. Nobody.
No.
This is Flip's way, all right? This is we're talking. I'm having a conversation with Flip. He's telling me what he do, all right? I ain't recommending this for nobody, all right?
Like,
so
don't do this unless you got the capital to risk, unless you're okay with the risk. It don't matter if you don't do or don't have the capital to risk. If you put that in the account, you got to be okay with losing.
So how long you been doing this, Flip? The whole account. How long you been doing this?
Probably my whole career, to be honest with you.
Really?
It just evolved, really.
So how much money have you made trading, bro?
Honestly, I've hit over M's, but what have I retained is the question. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you make so much money in this game, and I mean, risking like me, you losing a lot of money. Like I said, I've had maybe 2-3 weeks ago, lost a couple $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah, like, and it don't hit you like it's supposed to, because the next day you make money again. You right back to the markets again. So I can't honestly tell you how much I've made, because I'm doing this every single day.
You trade every day?
Every single day. And I don't want to, but I love what I do so much that I cannot help getting into the markets every single day, looking for it. I love the whole process of what I do, and I love the ability of what I'm able to create from the markets. So it's just like, since I've been able to find my way, that's why I can't change nothing. Like I'm trying to change my risk management, which is what's helping me make more money. I'm changing my psychology, which is what's helping me make more money. I'm learning from my mistakes. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm risking a whole account, but that first trade gives me so much cushion. So, okay, I put in 1,000, I lose it. I done already made $50,000-$60,000 off the last $2,000. So it goes right back into an account. And then once I be profitable on that next trade, which is like, I know I'm gonna hit on one of these trades, it's not like I lose back to back. I lose probably 1 time out of 5. So, okay, boom, you got a loss coming up soon. Take the loss. Next trade, you win. Next trade, you win. Then I compound that account, withdraw that shit, put 2K back in the account and do it all over again. That's what helps me to where it doesn't matter that I'm risking the whole account no more. Because essentially, I might have $30,000 to keep putting into accounts to keep flipping. It's essential like somebody putting 30K in their account. But I'm doing it in 2K increments, trying to pull out as much as I can and put in as less as I can. That's my whole methodology. Put in as less as you can to make as much as you can out the markets, because you don't want to keep putting so much large capital at risk when you don't need to. Yeah. And on top of that, your emotions are a lot more detached, because once I get the account 40, 50K, I keep bringing myself back. It was only $1,000 account, it's only $2,000 account.
That's the key.
Yeah, I bring myself back to square one.
I see. Okay, I'm seeing it now. So because I want the viewers to get this, right? Yeah. Even though we're not recommending this, your mindset for this, like, it makes sense now. You're taking money. Like, the formula is this.
Yep.
Money that you would spend recreationally on stuff that really don't matter.
No, I don't.
You put that in the market and just flip it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Because either way, you blowing it.
I will sell anything I have for more capital.
Bro, because anyway, you're blowing it. Like you said, like, if you go spend the $1,500 on clothes, like, okay, you're going to wear it a couple times, look good, but it's going to sit in your closet. You know, it's going to get too small. It's going to get too big. You know, whatever the case may be.
Sit.
So it's still being blown that way.
It is.
Or you take
that's a fact.
That's a fact. Or you take that money and you go to the club, or you go book a trip somewhere. You're going to spend thousands of dollars on that. That's one moment. Yeah, it's a lifetime experience, but there's one moment you're not going to get it back. Yeah. It was blown on that.
How many moments you want to create? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Boom. So take that money
I sacrifice
and flip
a lot. I give up a lot of time, energy, places to go, things like that to keep working on my skill set. Like I give up the most that I possibly can, because I know how powerful this skill set is. It shows me every single day how powerful it is. It's never nothing that I should be doing. And even like I was looking at like, okay, what other skill sets can you add? Because this is a hell of a skill set. Like, what else? And then it always entails back to like, just go back to the markets, because there's the scalability on this is so high that you don't need anything else technically. It's smart as hell to have other things, because that lowers your stress levels, which increases your profitability in the market. So always have game plans. Like, I've been doing this entrepreneur thing since I was jit. So I have other ways to make money. I'm at the point to where all of those are halted now. It's all reliant on the markets, and it's been that way for a long ass time. I made a decision in the end of 2017 when my son was born that I was done with work and I'm going to do this on my own. And it's literally been that way ever since. And there's not a way that you can't find to get yourself up to the next level. It's all excuses and time that you pour into other things that do not add up. And it will never add up. So look at your life and reflect on what are the things that I spend my time on, because that's one of the most important things that you can ever do is have time that you spend on pointless bullshit. You need to find things that are going to improve your life long term, because we live in a world full of distractions and a world full of misleading things that is going to have you drifting further and further away from your purpose. So the more that you spend visualizing, focusing towards what you actually want, not these other thoughts and subconscious implants that's coming to you at 100 miles an hour, focus on what you want, and then you will obtain it. And God will show you a way on how to obtain it, no matter if you even believe it or not. It's that faith that's behind that. And once you have faith, then you get things that happen in your life that creates a no. Now you walk in a no besides the faith. Walking in no is different than walking in faith. There's no doubts. Faith is like, oh, I believe this, but I just wish I had a little more to see. I wish I knew a little bit more. I wish I could. No, it's not a doubt in my mind that this is how it is and this is how it's going to go. And that's the thing, is when you have this consistency behind doing the practices and doing the things in your life that you see an actual turnaround from, it creates that no in your mind, and things start to speed up. Things start coming quicker. Synchronicities start to happen because you actually know what's going on versus you just believe in it. Yeah. And the thing what people think is that they I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. Some things in this world you don't have to believe in for it to be real. It's there regardless.
You better believe it, bro. you better believe it.
That's a fact.
Flip, I'm still blown away by this. Like, you have really shifted my mindset to see things a little differently. But this is really good. And as you were talking, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, Calvin, you've been flipping accounts this whole time with these prop firms.
No, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
Bro,
you've been flipping accounts the whole time.
Bro, that was the big breaking. Bro, I'm glad you said that, because that was my big breaking point.
Bro,
I said, bro, these are real market moves you doing. Phase 1, phase 2 funded. Bro, these are real market moves.
If you think about it, look, so FTMO, right?
Yeah.
It's 10%.
Yep.
Or the last time I checked, it was 10%. You know, is the goal you got to meet, is the target you got to meet in phase 1. So let's say 100K account, okay, with FTMO. You got to make 10%.
Yep.
If that's still what it is. I'm not sure, but that's what it was last time I checked.
It's like
okay?
5K.
Huh?
5K. Or no, it's 10K then 5K. On a 100K account?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. So if you got to make 10K, let's think about it rationally. You can only risk 10K. So you're only trading, you're only managing 10K. You're not managing 100.
100K is just for
It's
propaganda.
a facade. Yeah. Right. So it's not about the account size. It's all about what you're risking.
Yep.
You can only risk 10K.
Yep.
So now you have to make 10K by only risking 10K.
That's a fact.
You're flipping accounts.
That's 100% return on your money.
It's 100% return.
Yep.
You're risking the whole account,
the whole thing,
to make 10%.
Yep.
Well, what you deem as 10%, but it's really 100%.
Yep.
That's what you're doing.
Yep.
So I've been doing the same thing you're doing this whole time.
And all you got to do is flip the switch to the live.
To the live
and
account.
then you just do the same thing. Risk the whole account.
Bro, that's crazy.
I'm telling you.
I've been flipping this whole time, y'all.
You
probably been flipping too.
It's one mindset shift that's going to take you.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, man. Once you look, I have so many conversations with myself, and those private conversations is what just take you up. And you speak with God. When you speaking with God, y'all having that rapport, information come to you like it need to.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you got going on right now? You risking what? You doing what for who? You gotta wait how long for a first payout? Bro, you doing real market moves, 100 pips, 200 pips to hit this $30,000. I was buying a whole lot of 400K accounts. You 30K, I'm like, all right, really? I just broke it down like you did. So you really only risking 20K. You only got 20K to risk. On this account, you only got 10K to risk. You barely ever risk that anyways. So then it just put it on my account like, okay, if these are real market moves, why don't you just go heavy on the setups that you normally take anyways and just see the change? And that's what I did. Went heavier on the setup, seeing the change, and it was like gradual. I was using bigger lot sizes, and I was scaling in, so I was seeing good returns. But then when I just stopped trying to like risk so little.
Yeah, explain how you do that. Like, yeah. So just continue what you were saying, but explain that, because you say like you stop trying to put in that one big lot size, right?
Yeah. So
say
like
so
a one lot.
that.
One lot, break it down to 2.5s. Now you got a one lot. That's how I'm doing it now. So instead of putting that one lot up there, now I'm putting the 0.5s in. And that 0.5 helps me get more breathing room. So even if the account is about to get blown, it might just stop me out of a couple of those trades, and I still got something breathing. I still need some skin in the game, because I might be early, but I might not be wrong. That would be the case a lot of times. Like, okay, you just got in early, but you still right. Direction right, TP gonna get hit, all these things, but you gotta suffer maybe like 30, 40 pips of drawdown. That's fine. Take the 30 pips. Take whatever stops they give you. If they pull you out a couple trades, take it, because even if they pull you out, when you hit TP, you gonna make that and some. So that's how I just think about it. Like, I'm not wrong a lot. So if I am wrong, hey, chalk it up. Next trade. That's why it makes it fast for me to get back in the markets. Just knowing that, all right, there's nothing to dwell on here. There's not you know immediately what you do wrong. So it's like, okay, I learned, and that the Mental Game of Trading talks about this too. It's like,
it's a good book. I interviewed the author.
For real?
Yeah,
I gotta check that out, man.
That's an amazing book.
I love that book so much. Shout out Jared Tendler.
Yeah,
but
Jared, shout out to you, my brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. I listened to that book.
It's a great book.
I've been having Mental Game of Trading, The Power Now, Becoming Supernatural, and Trading in the Zone on replay for like 4 years straight, 3 years straight on my Alexa. She play on autopilot. So
well, you got to check out One Good Trade as well.
One Good Trade.
Yeah, by Mike Bella.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. I still got to check out Market Wizards too. So
Market Wizards is good.
I got to check out all these things because like I definitely like you see it's a constant grind. I'm always learning. I learn from everybody and I take things from everybody and I take you just what I'm saying. You can't just learn anything from everybody. Just implement all strategy. You got to listen and say, okay, I like that risk management. I can add that to my, let me just test it out. And that's a whole lot of things I'll do. Test. And it's not back testing, it's forward testing. I go in the market, see what's going on in the previous history, and then I immediately try to see when can I execute this live time and see how good does this performance help. If it helps me, keep it. If it don't, move on. And it's just with anything that I learn in this game. And that's what I love about this. You can't learn enough. Now people think, oh, I'm profitable. That's cool. To be profitable, if you're making good money, you don't have to change nothing. But don't keep your mind closed because you might get a new key that take you from making $50K a day, $50K a month to making millions of dollars. And it could be a conversation that you have with somebody that teach you something about risk management or psychology hacks that take you to that next level. So never be closed-minded about what you can learn in this game because it's so much, and I'm still a baby in it.
Yeah,
I'm still a baby in it.
That's so good.
So I ain't got no tenure to it. Like 5 years is not. I want y'all to listen. 5 years, 6 years ain't nothing to this game. Just know that. Like people go and become surgeons, man. That takes so much time to be proficient surgeon and have all your degrees and all your checks and balances in order before you're able to turn a profit. 5, 6 years plus in this game, it ain't that much. Keep going. You still got a lot to learn, a lot of head bumps to do. Markets is ever evolving. Remember that.
Yeah. Man, this has been really good, Flip. This has been really good, man. Before we get out of here, like I want to give you the floor. If there's anything else that you have on your heart, you know what I mean, that you would want to share to somebody that's that's on this journey. A lot of people like myself, it's so many, as we spoke about earlier, it's so many just inconsistent and wrong thoughts around money that I've built up personally that has really like made my journey a little longer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Than others, like to reach the numbers that I want to reach. Like I've been able to get profitable, make money, but not what I came for. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I do understand that it's a journey.
And it's always a level up around the corner.
It's always a level up around the corner. And I embrace it, bro. Like I think, like you, like I can get that energy from you, like you embrace whatever happens. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like before we start the interview, you embrace that mistake you made today. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I embrace, like I don't try to like cover up.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
It be like I say, this shit bends you to your knees, man.
It does.
It hurts. It don't matter how much, I ain't gonna lie. It really don't matter how much money you making. Like the money helps this and that, but in these moments where you going through the war and the battle, it's like your brother, you just seen him get dropped. Like you're dealing with this pain and you have to mourn and move on. Like deal with it with your mourning. Check what went wrong. Check where your mindset was. Check what did you wake up too quick? Did you do it? Did you check all those things and then move on? You have to keep it pushing, keep it pushing, keep it pushing. Because that's how your journey continues to grow. That's how you continue to evolve. You have to keep pushing. Even when you like, it be times like I'm down to my last dollars. You get scared to put money in the markets. You get like, man, fuck, man, this is rent. If this shit go wrong, man, this is gonna be bad. You thinking like that? If you're not able to make that decision, like, okay, I'm doing it anyway. Like that's how I was. Like I get to my last, I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't want to do it. You got the fear because like the market can take this like this. The market can take what you put in. But if you're not willing to even take the risk, you will never get to that next level. And it don't matter how much pain it may take for you to take that risk. But taking that risk is the only way out. No matter how you see it, you can't take little baby things and like try to play around with this. You do have to put risk into this to see some type of real return back. Yeah. So if you only want to risk $100, be okay with making $50 profit or like smaller profits. But you want to see larger profits, you have to have less of a barrier on your risk tolerance. You have to be willing to risk more. And that's just the bottom line of it. And like anybody who's struggling with trading right now, it's like never a point to give up unless you just really, really feel like psychologically it's not good for you, because this can be a lot for people. Like it will, if you're not mentally strong, this is not for you. And I'm being as honest as I can because I don't want to see people get hurt out here because they losing too much money. This is like real psychological warfare at times if you don't get all this stuff in check. But the reward versus the risk is so much higher. That's why I just can't stop this. That's why I can't give up. That's why I can't, trading is running through my blood now. Like the moment I found it, I was locked in. I feel like that's what a lot of people will realize if trading is for them. Like if you gravitate towards trading and you immediately like infatuated, this is probably for you. Like once it got a hold of you, if it's for you, you ain't letting go. It's times you might say, I'm done with this shit, I quit. But you lying. You lying when you saying that out your mouth. So if that's you, stick to it. You gonna turn a profit, guaranteed. Just stick to it. Learn your mistakes. Do the opposite of your mistakes, and watch you start making money. Like it's as easy as it sounds to do. It ain't as easy to be working on yourself. Go look at that man or woman in the mirror and work out them kinks and watch your profitability turn.
Yeah, man. Flip, y'all. Flip, that was really good, bro.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Much
Appreciate
love,
you
man.
so much, man. Where can we get in contact with you, follow you, check out your journey?
My Instagram is @theflipking, THAFLIPKING. My YouTube is the same thing. Everything is the same thing. Mr. Green, the Flip King. And like a pimp named Slickback, you got to say the whole thing.
I like it. I was like, okay. I like that. I love it. So definitely, man, Flip, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you for having me on, man.
Yes,
it's a pleasure.
man. Bro, it's an honor. Love your perspective, man. And, bro, just keep running it up, bro.
Oh, most definitely.
Like, you represent finding what works and running with it.
Most definitely.
Doing whatever makes sense. Whatever feeds the fam.
Listen, I whatever I do in life, it don't matter, because I'm an artist as well. I was rapping before I was trading. I literally sat down all that. That's how you know that, like, I took this shit so serious. I sat down one of my biggest passions to chase this. My biggest passion. If you're not willing to give your all to this, I promise you're not going to see what you want to see. I'm willing to give everything. I gave everything already. That's why I'm able to start finally seeing the benefits from it. And the thing is, I never once wavered from knowing that I'm going to see a benefit from it. That was another thing. Because if I wavered, I would have quit a long time ago. Would have quit a long time ago. After all the heartbreaks, hardships, all this stuff, I would have quit a long ass time ago. And that's what it is. Be willing to risk. Be willing to risk it all. It depends on you, though. If you only want to risk a little bit, you only going to get a little bit. If you're willing to risk it all, you can have it all.
Yeah, let's go, man. Hey, Flip is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, man, God bless you. I appreciate you for watching this episode. I hope that you were encouraged to just keep going. Wherever you are on your journey, keep going, keep studying, keep trading, keep forward testing. I agree with that statement. Forward test. It's cool to back test, but if you really want to get better, forward test. Use those demo accounts. Do whatever you need to do. Find what works for you. Flip, I got my own thing too. I look forward to running into you at the bank one day, but you cannot meet me there. You got to beat me there. When me and Flip pull up to that bank, you should already be walking out with a duffel bag on your shoulder, big smile on your face. That's our way of saying we hope and we know that we're all going to be successful. Till next time, God bless you. Take care. Holla at you later. Peace.